Stereotype and sexism discusses sexism in language, which is based on the assumption that a woman's position is always lower than that of a man. Gender stereotypes are cultural attributes formed and ingrained in society. Women are often associated with passive, weak, and obedient characteristics, while men are attributed with strength, activity, and initiative. This stereotype then shapes the division of sexual labor, where women are considered housewives responsible for childcare and cooking, while men are seen as family leaders and hard works in public roles. Even if a widow works hard to raise her children, she is still perceived as a housewife rather than the head of the family. These stereotypes are cultural product influenced by nurture rather than nature. This phenomenon is reflected in the language used within a community. Language serves as a means of communication and also reflects the, the community and culture it originates from. Certain examples, such as public rules, activities, and power, are timid domains of men. That's why in English, for instance, the word God is referenced to as he because it carries the attribute of power, suitable for men. Similarly, in Bahasa Indonesia, frasa like tiang rumah tangga or pillar of the household and kepala rumah tangga or head of the household are associated with men due to the attribute of strength and superiority conveyed by the words tiang and kepala. On the other hand, the frasa ibu rumah tangga or housewife lacks these attributes, making it suitable such as descriptor for women. The phenomenon of language-based division of labor through sexism occurs not only in Bahasa Indonesia but also in English, although in different forms. In English, this is often observed in the use of pronouns. Women who primarily speak English tend to use expressions like, "Oh God, I forgot again," or "Oh dear, why did I do that?" Whereas men commonly use expression like, "Shit, I forget again," or "Bloody hell, I forget again." The distinction between the pronouns he and she in English makes this language sexism more explicit, whereas in Bahasa Indonesia it is seen more explicitly. In Bahasa Indonesia, the example Budi mengawini Wati or Budi marries Wati, or Budi melamar Wati, or Budi proposes to Wati, show that Wati remains in a passive position, which aligns with the Indonesian stereotype. It is difficult for Indonesians to say Wati mengawini Budi or Wati marries Budi if a writer our translator wants to put Wati in a more active position, they would not write Wati mengamani Budi, but instead neutralize the verb into Wati kawin dengan Budi or Wati gets married to Budi. When translating such text, a translator should have a keen sense of detecting this sexism and translate it appropriately. The translation should be in line with the sexism present in the target language. The first and second translation present in the previous discussion reflect two distinct political perspectives. The first translation, which used the word mencaplok, annex, would not be permissible for publication in Indonesia. However, by changing the word to the berintegrasi or integrate, the text will be allowed and published in Indonesia. It is important to note that although the translator replaced annex with integrate, the overall contents of the text regarding the Australian view of the East Timor remains unchanged. The poet Tuti Herati expressed her emotion regarding her friend's daughter's marriage in her poem. She utilized Javanese language in certain parts to enhance cultural meaning. Upon reading the entire poem, three significant aspects of a wedding can be observed: the individual, family, and socio-cultural aspects. The translator must give equal attention to all three aspects when translating the poem. Upon close examination, it can be observed that the meaning of the short language is reflects in the target language. However, there is a basic shift in form in the target language, specifically in the phrase flanking the bride and groom, the sounds of gongs. The cultural meaning associated with the subject is translated into an object, namely the sound of gongs. This shift suggests that the wedding is portrayed as an object that can be observed, enjoyed, and listened to, emphasizing significance of the gong's sound.